Good afternoon. Welcome to this edition of Citizen Live at 1. I'm Janet Mbogwa. In our top story, learning remains paralyzed in most public primary schools across the country as the teachers' strike entered its second day. Parents now want the government to intervene and offer a solution to ensure the first term of learning is uninterrupted by the tug-of-war between the unions and the Teachers Service Commission.
There is no learning for pupils in most public primary schools. For the second day running, teachers downed their tools yet again as they demand better terms of service. It is a move that has not gone down well with the Nandi County Parents Association, which has asked the government to provide an alternative solution to ensure learning continues in case of a protracted strike. The association has criticized the ongoing teachers' strike, terming it untimely and aimed at holding parents and pupils at ransom.
Tunakataa mambo ya strike na tunasema NAT na KUPPET watumie sheria kumaliza mambo yao.
In West Pokot, pupils stayed away from school following the uncertainty in the education sector for lack of a breakthrough in pay talks.
Nimechuta kwa sababu watoto wote wako nyumbani. Hakuna mahali pa kwenda.
In Voi, striking teachers ejected some of their colleagues who turned up for work, demanding that they join their cause in solidarity. This as teachers await the outcome of a meeting currently underway between the Ministry of Labour, the unions and the Teachers Service Commission. Salim Bilu, Citizen Live at 1.
One more body has been discovered, or recovered rather, from the collapsed building in Huruma, bringing the death toll to 4 people. Currently, rescuers working at the scene are clearing the last floor of the collapsed building. Sam Gituku now joins us live on phone with details about that story. Sam, rescue efforts still underway, obviously still a very difficult situation over there. What else can you tell us about the rescue efforts and the ongoing investigations?
Well, good afternoon to you, Janet. Indeed, as you said, the rescue operation is on its last leg. At the moment, the excavators and other machines are trying to clear the rubble from the floor, the last floor, that would be the first floor. And the entire process has been continuing overnight. And as you said, yes, it is true that the death toll now stands at 4. So what is happening now, they are trying to clear the rubble on the houses of the first floor, the ground floor. And what you've seen is that the people, the victims who are living in these buildings, in these houses, have come to probably salvage what they can. Immediately, the excavators are able to retrieve some of the household items. For instance, mattresses, beds, and other items. They're trying to retrieve them and clear them so that they can at least start their lives elsewhere with something. So far, what is happening, the National Disaster Management Unit, alongside the other agencies that have been leading this operation, they are in a brief meeting where they are reviewing the entire process that they have undertaken. Remember, starting the night of Sunday, they have been on these, trying to carry out the rescue operation. So they are in a meeting trying to review the process, and they're saying that they'll be giving us an update, and they'll be addressing us on what they will have agreed regarding the entire process, and probably they can use the results of this meeting to benchmark even in future operations that they might have to undertake. Janet.
All right, Sam, before we let you go, any other details you can tell us about the ongoing investigations? We know yesterday, and we covered it, that there were various individuals who had been summoned by the CID, those who were facing, at the very least, murder charges. Do we know where those investigations are right now?
Not with authority. That we don't have information of anybody who has gone to record a statement with the police. But what we've heard is that the owner of the house is has not yet been found. No one knows where she is. But as the police said yesterday, that is the Director of Criminal Investigations, Ndegwa Muhoro, as well as the acting IG, Mr. Samuel Arachi, they demanded that they go to record statements at the DCIO Starehe. But this, we do not have any information indicating that any of them has gone to record a statement with the police.
All right. Sam, thank you so much for touching base with us there. Sam Gituku live on location at Huruma, where rescue operations are still underway, and what he's described as the last leg of the rescue operations. 4 people so far are dead, and the owner is still at large, so there's not much information regarding the investigations, but that the National Disaster Unit is meeting to review the progress so far. We'll continue to follow that story for you when we have more information. As teachers in Naivasha joined their colleagues in the national teacher strike, lending at one of the largest penal institutions in the country, the Naivasha GK prison went on uninterrupted. Our reporter Tom Wanjala tells us more.
It was business as usual at Naivasha GK prison as teachers opened doors for over 1,300 inmates in their education center. According to the school principal Bonivenja Mutari, nearly all the students had reported to school ready for the first term of their learning this year.
We are a private institution, although in a government institution. Therefore, the strike has not affected us.
We as teachers behind bars, we are not on strike because we are not entitled to the Ministry of Education.
The principal, who is an inmate serving a life sentence, noted that unlike their colleagues in public schools, teachers in the prison had reported for duty. He was also quick to add that the education center faced many challenges, including lack of learning materials and inadequate staff.
Those who are teachers out there, we are interviewing them so that they may join us as teachers.
Candidates at the Naivasha GK Prison Inmate School performed well in the 2014 KCPE results, with the best pupil scoring 363 marks. Tom Wanjala, Citizen Live at War.
A post-mortem on Fidel Odinga's body began early this morning at the Lee Funeral Home. A team of pathologists led by Government Chief Pathologist Dr. Johansen Odwor and 2 other pathologists began the examination to determine the cause of Fidel's death after his body was found lifeless at his Karen home early on Sunday morning. Our reporter Alex Kubasu is currently at the Odinga family home in Karen, where the family is set to issue a press statement on the probe. He now joins us live on phone to give us the latest update. So Alex, we're expecting this any moment now, some information on the post-mortem results.
Yes, indeed, Janet. I am at the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's current home, and the spokesman has just intimated to us that he will be speaking to us in a few minutes regarding the progress so far, regarding the post-mortem result. Like you ably said there, it started today very early at about 7, and it's being conducted under the keen eyes of the government pathologist, Dr. Johansen Odwor, and a family pathologist as well as a resident pathologist at the Lee Funeral Home. And the post-mortem is also being witnessed by family lawyers led by Siaya Senator James Orengo. So we would be expecting maybe if it is successfully carried out and the results known, then that is what the family spokesman Joe Aguirre would be giving us in a bit. But currently at his home, it is calm activities here and there. We are informed that the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is currently out for the parliamentary group meeting for the code leaders, maybe to just plan and arrange for from the party side the contribution they will be making towards the funeral. Otherwise, we are still waiting, and we shall be able to keep our viewers updated on the latest, especially regarding the post-mortem as well as the other funeral arrangements, including the Requiem Mass that is slated for on Thursday before the body leaves on Friday morning for the burial that will be held at Kango Kajaramogi, that is the homestead of the late Fidel Castro Odinga's grandfather in Bondo this coming Saturday. Back to you, Janet, in studio.
All right, Alex Kubasu there reporting on the progress or the ongoing progress of that post-mortem being carried out, and those results and information should be coming in any moment. So we'll wait and see whether we'll be able to get that information. A section of Muslims in Garissa now want the government to declare Maulid, a day when Muslims commemorate the birth of Prophet Muhammad, an official public holiday. The Secretary General of the Al Sunnah wal Jamaa community, Hassan Ibrahim, says declaring the day an official holiday would enable hundreds of Muslims to celebrate it, especially when the day falls on a working day. Some Islamic scholars are of the opinion that while there is no precedent for celebrating the birth of Prophet Muhammad, there is nothing wrong with spending the day remembering Prophet Muhammad. The day, which could be the equivalent of Christmas to Christians, falls on the 12th day of the 3rd month of the Islamic calendar and is marked as a public holiday in most Islamic countries.
We have heard that a motion was almost to be passed in the county assembly as far as the Maulid is concerned. Therefore, we are urging them to join us so that we celebrate together and be together.
Hii ni baraza ya maulidi ya Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ndio tunasherehea leo kujitolea na kufurahia na kutoa historia yake na kuona uzuri ya dunia vile inaendelea.
Drama unfolded at the Idura Stadium in Muranga County and later spilled onto the town streets yesterday when a group of rowdy youth disrupted a meeting by health workers who had converged after allegedly being locked out of their workstations. The medics who were employed under the economic stimulus program have been on strike for 3 weeks now, demanding to be employed on a permanent basis.
The standoff between Muranga County government and health workers took a turn for the worse after the health workers alleged to have been locked out of their offices by people they claimed to be hired goons. A scuffle was witnessed after the medics confronted the alleged goons. Jeremiah Maina Masharia, the chairman of the National Nurses Association of Kenya, says they had held talks with the county government on 2nd January this year, where they came up with a return-to-work formula which they were supposed to sign.
Up to Friday, we agreed they go back to work as we discussed. On Saturday, the governor said he does not want to see them at work and he will hire goons to ensure that they are not working.
The medics claim that further attempts at a dialogue with the county governor have been futile.
We have talked with the governor, but he has said he is going to employ other people. He has said that these people are not going to go back to the hospital. But we are saying we're going to stand here until we get white smoke.
The health workers have vowed to pitch camp in the field with their work tools until their plight is addressed.
We don't want any money. We want these people to go back to work and as we discuss according to the labor laws. That is where we are. Ndio tulikuja na vifaa zetu hapa, and we shall continue to nurse our people on the streets until we get a white smoke.
On Friday last week, the Muranga County Assembly passed an appropriation bill in which 876 million shillings was allocated to hire health workers when the economic stimulus program contract expires. Zediko's Gay Citizen, live at 1.
2 people were killed last night after a gang of 5 people raided a homestead in Ruai area. The gangsters who shot a man, his wife, their house help and an unidentified man also made away with an unknown amount of money. Wilkista Nyabwa now joins us live on phone from the scene with the very latest on this developing story. Wilkista, a very tragic story and a very tragic ending with 2 people dead and 2 others recovering in the hospital. What else can you tell us about what happened and whether the gangsters are still at large?
Well, Janet, the chain of events as narrated to us by an eyewitness, basically the couple had asked a supplier to deliver cooking gas to their doorstep in Ruai's Makongeni estate, and this was at about 8 o'clock yesterday evening. When the supplier came, he found a gang that was, he believes, was lying in wait. They stormed into the house, asked everybody to lie down, relieved them of their valuables, took money and phones, and when the couple tried to raise the alarm, they shot at the man, his wife and their house girl, and made away in the vehicle that had delivered the cooking gas. Now we are told that it is believed that they're still at large, and also the man succumbed to his injuries. His wife and the house girl are in hospital nursing injuries of varying degrees. And then we are also told that neighbors who came to their aid found an unidentified man, a stranger, on their doorstep. He had also been shot. He died, and therefore, as yet, they cannot tell who the man was. Janet?
All right, and Wilkester, any word from what the police are saying?
Police have chosen not to comment on the issue as yet. We are told family members are still recording statements. One of those who were in the house was the couple's 17-year-old son, and it is believed that his account might help to shed light on the issue. However, investigation is still ongoing. The matter has been turned over to the police. Janet? All
right, Wilkester, thank you for that. Still a developing story there where, as you heard, there was a gang that was lying in wait and broke into the house where a man and his wife were, and their house help as well. The man then tried to raise the alarm and was shot and succumbed to his wounds later on. The wife and house help are still in hospital, and a stranger who cannot be accounted for at this moment was also shot and killed outside of the house. So we'll be waiting to see what the police can shed light on this incident. Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago was yesterday involved in a near scuffle with persons he alleged have mismanaged funds amounting to hundreds of millions of shillings meant for the development of Eldoret Educational Resource Center, which is a donor-funded learning institution established to cater for bright but needy students. The suspects involved in the fraud are said to have attempted to rough up the governor, where he and his team, including the institution's major donor Wesley Kiprop, went to inspect the institution following the countrywide teacher strike that began yesterday.
Watoto wanakuwa sponsored. This is our story, and we cannot mess with it. So tafadhali tukubaliane hiyo, na nimeambia bwana DC na security team, ule mtu ataenda kukoroga shule huko, wewe utadili na wewe. Children have a right to access education.
A key coalition for reforms and democracy meeting is currently underway at the Wiper Party headquarters in Nairobi. Sources say the parliamentary group meeting is receiving a report on the Okoa Kenya referendum bill, which is now ready. Other issues expected to be discussed include the forthcoming Homa Bay senatorial and Kajiado central by-elections. Kendago Badiana joins us live on phone with an update on the ongoings at the meeting. Kendago, thank you so much. Or you're live on location. Thank you for joining us. What else can you tell us about what has been discussed and who is present at this moment?
Well, good afternoon to you, Janet Mbugua. Indeed, we are coming to you live from Wiper House in Lavington, where the CORD parliamentary group meeting is taking place. It's a departure from the norm. We normally witness this kind of meetings being held at Orange House, but today they've decided to move to Wiper House. This is where the headquarters for the Wiper Party. Wiper Party is, of course, one of the key affiliate parties in the CORD coalition. And today here, this meeting is actually being led by all the three principals of the CORD coalition. CORD leader Raila Odinga, who is the party leader for ODM, is here. He arrived a few minutes ago, joining his two other colleagues, Moses Wetangula and Kalonzo Musyoka, who've been here before to kickstart the meeting. And as you rightly put earlier on, the key agenda here today is looking at what they are calling the bill for the Okoa Kenya referendum. There is a new bill that has been drafted by the committee of experts of the Okoa Kenya referendum. We don't know the contents yet, and they were just trying to give a light brief to all the members of the parliamentary group to just acquaint themselves with what kind of contents they have put in that particular bill. We're also being told that they have agreed that after the burial of Fidel Odinga, who is the late son of CORD leader Raila Odinga, they will be proceeding to a retreat where all members of parliament and senators and governors, all who are of CORD coalition, will move for a retreat. This is now where all the contents of this particular bill will be broken down, making all the members to understand, and then thereafter now move together as a team to campaign throughout the country, make sure that Okoa referendum bill is successfully supported by the members of the CORD coalition, then take it to the IEBC for adoption. Then we will now move to see when this particular referendum is going to take place. Other than that, the parliamentary group also deliberated on the 2 by-elections that are ahead of them. We have the Homa Bay senatorial by-election, which was occasioned by the demise of Senator Otieno Kajwang. That is another hot issue that is being deliberated at the moment, together with the Kajiado Central seat, which was left vacant after President Kenyatta appointed Joseph Nkaiseri to become the Interior Ministry CS. All the 2 seats are very crucial to the coalition. Remember, this is all about numbers. They really want to recapture them, and they have agreed from here that after this burial again, they will now move as a team. All CORD members have been called upon to move as a team to be able to campaign together for the ODM candidates. We already know that they have Moses Kajwang as the senatorial candidate for Homa Bay, and they have decided that they will move as a team to support Moses Kajwang. We know the kind of situation that has been witnessed in Homa Bay recently. We have other members who were candidates who are now feeling that they were unfairly bungled out of the race, and they are blaming the party of having carried out what they are calling unfair nomination. And we know some of them who have joined other political parties. Some of them are running as independent candidates, and that kind of a competition is what they are trying to say. All members of CORD coalition should be together to be able to win back that senatorial seat which was left vacant after the demise of Otieno Kajwang. Then there is now looking ahead, the 2015. This is a new year for the CORD coalition, looking at the challenges they faced last year, and they want to put their house in order to be able to face 2015 as a better and robust opposition. That is the much that we can report to you from Wiper House. Of course, in a few minutes from now, we will be having the principals addressing the media to be able to tell us now more of what they have been able to agree this particular meeting today, Janet.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Kendo Gobadia, giving us details on the CORD parliamentary group meeting. And as he said, in subsequent newscasts, we should have more information when the CORD principals address the media. Tea farmers from Ragati Tea Factory in Nyeri County have vowed to boycott their annual general meeting scheduled for the 12th of January if their demands are not met. The farmers recently staged a demonstration asking for a higher bonus payment, among other demands. Tobias Belair tells us more.
Over the lack of a bonus cash payment, the farmers from the factory have come up with a number of demands and resolutions which they want implemented. The farmers who addressed the media also claimed that the annual general meeting scheduled for 12th January has no agenda touching on the plight of farmers, and hence they won't attend it.
Hatukuweza kuona mapendekezo yetu katika hiyo kitabu, na ndivyo tunasema kama mapendekezo yetu haikuwekwa katika hiyo kitabu yenye tutaongea juu yake kwa hiyo mkutano, hatuna budi, hatutahudhuria hiyo AGM.
The farmers also passed a vote of no confidence on all the company's directors and demanded the number of directors be reduced from 9 to 4.
The term of directors should be 2 terms of 3 years each. Number 4, a director should not be over 70 years of age.
The farmers have now called on the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary to intervene, claiming that they are being exploited, despite the fact that Ragati Tea Factory is producing one of the best tea brands, thanks to their collective efforts. Tobias Bele, Citizen Live at 1.
You're watching Citizen Live at 1. When we come back, we'll have your business and sports news. Stay with us.